Guy.
No, okay, so I just started recording top left Tegralogic. We're talking about a teal summer sky something.
Something
Anyway,
like that. We're on Ohana today, which is, I believe, Hawaiian for like gay butt sex or something enjoyable. So we have Tegralogic, the blue Zerg, spawning in the northwest position, squaring off against wow, Hendrix, the green Protoss in the southeast.
I'm glad that you have more to say than I do, Inglewood, because...
Oh, I've always got something to say.
Okay, so Claudio, having no idea what we're doing, but asking to join into the cast, what do you have to say about this matchup? We're watching a robot army versus a
Nasty bugs.
bug army. Like, what do you think's going on?
I see a whole lot of some form of weirdo blue that would look absolutely sexy in a mixed drink.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like blue Coruscant.
I don't know what the word is, but it would look sexy in a mixed drink.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to, so far, I want to put my money on this team on the lower right.
Okay, well, I'm going to counter you and say the Zerg went really aggressive and put down an early spawning pool. So he's going to be able to have Zerglings out quite quickly. He went like 13 or 14 pool. That said, the Protoss in the southeast, he went super greedy. He's trying to do a quick expansion. So he's going to put down a forge, follow it up with a cannon or something to try and put some static defense down at his ramp there, and try and get two bases going as fast as he can.
No, but this is something that you will normally see out of a Protoss when you're playing against anybody, because you need to be able to build a base as quickly as you can. You won't defend yourself well against a anybody without a second base with a Zerg, but Protoss are definitely known for that quick second.
They are, and that's because the trend of going greedy has become like the meta game. That's become normal, because the people who get stuck back on one base Protoss play, they're really predictable as an opponent, and so the Zerg will know exactly what he's doing if he's on one base. So yeah, a lot of the Protoss have been like, I have to take this second, I have to have all that income coming into me, and by doing so, they forced the Zerg to go 3-base really quickly, and that's exactly what we see the Zerg doing right now.
Yes, this Tegralogic is definitely going 3-base, which is kind of different from what I saw him do last time. Last time we saw him play, he was against the Terran, so he only 2-based right out of the gate. And so this is definitely something different, and we're going to see something great out of Tegralogic.
And look what he's done. Like, he knew that there was a quick pool coming up, and so he pushed down this really unnecessary cybernetics core placement. He could have placed that in a spot where he had like the one block opening for a Zealot to hold, but he didn't. He put it down so that he completely walled off. He can't get his own units out if he wanted to, and that's just to keep these earlylings out, and they have successfully done that.
Now, how do you think this will stack up? I mean, he's blocked himself in. He can't even get probes down there, can he?
He can get probes to his natural, but he could never take a third right now.
Now, is this a disadvantage for him, or is he doing this definitely to hold the Zerg back?
This was a pure counter to the early Zerglings. That's all that it is. He knew there was going to be earlylings, and he didn't want to have to risk it. So he put himself at a small disadvantage in that he'll one day have to knock down that gateway to get his own way out, or knock down these destructible rocks on the left side. But he knows he can't even get out of his own base until he does one of those two things. And he's kind of okay with that. He's like, I'm just going to sit back here and be making probes anyway. So if you want to come and pressure me early, you're going to have to take down my gateway, or you're going to have to take down my destructible rocks for me. So have at it.
He's bringing out a Stargate already, and I'm not sure is this definitely something early? And I got a message from Facebook, and I'm sorry, but I'm currently mid streaming, and I'm not only that, but I'm recording, so I cannot see what your message is.
Yeah, now, that Stargate, super fucking early. Like, incredibly early.
Now, what do you think his plan is here? He's got a cannon. He's got a cannon watching his front, and he has Stargate out here. What is he moving towards?
I would be surprised if he went Phoenix, because he would have to put out 3 Phoenixes or so. The Phoenix is strictly air-to-air unit, and that is, as it turns out right now, what he's going for. They can pick up ground units using energy. They have energy like mana, like any other energy unit. They can spend that to pick a ground unit up and levitate it, and then shoot it with other Phoenixes. Or he could go Void Ray and try and get a couple Void Ray out to do some like early air pressure on his opponent. But he's obviously going to go Phoenix. He wants to get a group of them out. He might send 3 to his enemy's mineral line and start picking up his workers and just shooting them out of the air.
Oh, you know, that definitely seems, I can't really say what he's doing right here. I mean, he's cut
Mothership. Holy fuck. 8-minute 50 Mothership.
No.
He's going to be going super early Mothership out of this.
No, he's Mothership rushing. He is doing the Huck Mothership rush.
Yeah, and he has a bunch of sentries out. So if early Lings came, well, not early anymore, but if a bunch of Lings showed up right now, he could force field that ramp and just keep the Lings at bay, not able to damage any of his buildings while that cannon took pot shots at him. Or he could eventually knock down that gateway and push out with a bunch of Zerglings and a bunch of Phoenix and a Mothership and stay cloaked while putting down force fields to hold off the enemy's Lings. He could force field his enemy's workers. Because if you look at the Zerg's main base, and you imagine a force field coming down between that layer and one of the gases, and then a force field coming down between the layer and the other gas, that creates like this box of workers that he has free reign to just slay. So he might be doing something like that. We'll have to see what else he does.
Oh, you want to know why he brought this Phoenix in? Simply to harass overlords and simply to scout. This is simply a scout unit for this Mothership, which will be here momentarily, and soon it's coming out. And as soon as this guy comes out, he has a small army here, but it doesn't matter because this Mothership, I'm gonna see it come up here to the main base, and he's going to warp all of his units in. This is a definite Huck rush.
You know what else he might do with that Mothership? Is they don't only cloak the units beneath it, they don't only vortex the enemy army, but they have a third ability that we rarely see.
Yeah, mass recall.
Recall, yeah. So he could pick a whole group of his stalkers here and his sentries. He could bunch them all up. He could fly that Mothership into his opponent's base and then mass recall his whole army right to the Mothership's position.
You know, that what I was talking about is the Huck Mothership rush. So that's my expectance right here. That is what I am predicting happening right now.
I think what he's doing with it is he knows that the Zerg does not have any anti-air units. There's no Spire out. There's no Mutalisks.
Yeah, but look here on the mid-map. We're seeing a huge Zergling rush, and his Mothership is too far back to defend all of those stalkers. Now he's finally pulled them back, and he's moving his Mothership in. He's finally defending all of them. But this Nexus is not gonna
And a
survive.
Vortex comes down. He
Holy
sucks all
fuck.
those Lings up. So here's a riddle for you. What do you get when you combine a shitload of invisible stalkers, a force fielded off area, and a bunch of Zerglings?
Oh, no, those aren't
roaches.
Zerglings. They're
Whatever.
roaches.
Doesn't matter what they are.
They're
They can't
fucked
attack
up
invisible
roaches.
units.
Now, what I'm wondering is what Claudio thinks of this. What's going on right now? Come on, Claudio, tell me what's up.
Well, as I'm slowly losing my voice, the answer to his question is obviously a mess.
Yeah, no shit. Look at this carrier coming in. This is retarded. Hendrix has no idea what he is going up against. Tegralogic has no idea what he's going up against here.
Yeah, he's making 9 infestors. He's getting burrow. He's getting pathogen glands. But strangely, he's also getting +2 damage to those roaches. So I think he intends to stick with roaches for now. The Spire's almost done, so we'll see some Mutalisks come out, but he's not upgrading Mutalisks.
It's just a sad thing that Hendrix used those carriers so early. He gave away his interceptors, which definitely tells people that he's using a carrier thus far.
Right, and we'll see Tegralogic. He'll probably throw down a bunch of spore crawlers. Yeah, he already did. So he's got spore crawlers at all of his bases. So he's pretty well defended against invisible units. He's pretty well defense against air units. But he's going to want to get some more queens out to actually damage the things that he can see. He's getting corruptors now and 44 lings. Now, there's a famous game in the world of StarCraft. Everybody knows this one game where a player named Complexity Crusher. Actually, let me hold off this history lesson for a minute. Bunch of stalkers are actually going to come in and pressure this 5th base. I guess that's the 4th base. The 5th base is going to be the one on the left. He does get a cancel on that 4th base from Tegralogic. He shuts that down. He's going to have free reign of these 2 extractors. He'll be able to take those out if he wants to.
Oh, and now the Zerg comes in. Zerglings and
mass
roaches.
recall on all
Mass
those
recall.
stalkers.
Yep, gone. Now, are you?
Oh, you're going to kill me? I guess I'll just pull them all home then.
So, are you watching the stream or are you watching live?
I'm watching live.
Oh, so we're watching the same shit.
No, we're not.
Yeah, because I was on the same thing.
Oh, all right. We're looking at the same place, but I'm not watching what you're watching.
Okay, so I'm seeing these stalkers kind of dance a little bit. He seems to be holding back, but if you head north just a little bit, there's a little Zergling army here heading down.
Yeah, and by little you mean fucking massive. They're not upgraded though. There's 0 lings, so they will be like 3-shottable by the stalkers instead of 4-shot. That's a big deal because when you get that 1 armor upgrade, it takes an additional blow from anything. Marines will kill him a little bit slower. Immortals won't go through him as fast. What he does have is 6 overseers. So these stalkers, even if they blink in and they target the overseers, there's still going to be vision of those invisible stalkers until they get all 6 of those killed. A little bit of a miss micro here from Tegralogic. He's not paying attention super well. He's going to drop down some changelings to try and draw fire, but he's not going to fall for it, and all of those get cleaned up. So once again, every single overseer gone, which super supply blocks the Zerg. He has to make 7 overseers or overlords to pull himself back out of supply block. Of course, he knows that there's a shitload of stalkers on the map now, so he's going to make things that counter that. What he does not have an ability to counter is the Dark Shrine, which is coming up.
Now, but you're looking at a 5 base on 3 base here. What can Hendrix do to win this game?
If he maintains all 5 bases, he'll be in great shape.
Tegra has 5.
Yeah, so 4 base would even be acceptable. 5 base is even better if he manages to hold them all. What matters, though, is the saturation on each base. So if we look at the units tab, there's 74 drones, and that's what you need to be a 3-base Zerg. 74 drones is the number that you want for 3 base.
Yeah, well, and he's losing them. He's down. He's at 68 because he was using some of them to build, and now he's losing his...
And a mass recall again.
What is this, the 3rd base? He lost his 3rd base?
Yes, that is his 3rd, and he'll rebuild it.
Yeah, but you're talking about a lot of damage. I mean, the seconds lost for something like this is huge.
Yeah, the mining time, all these drones are now doing nothing. They're not making him money. They're mining, but where are they going to go? They're going to have to take it all the way to the 5th base. So that's extremely inefficient mining. When you look at like minerals per minute per drone, when they have to cross a third of the map to get home to deliver those minerals, they're inefficient. They're not doing any good. And behind all this, Hendrix has super upgrades. For his air units, he's almost done with +3 weapon damage for his air units. So these carriers, once they do move across the map, are going to be killer. And I think he's just using these blink stalkers to buy time, really.
Oh, he definitely is, but what he's doing is he's stabbing down bases and he's moving back.
He's keeping his opponent on 4 base, which is fine, but 4 base is still a lot of economy.
No, but it's not when you look at the bottom left. He's building his 4th base here. So we're looking at 4 base against 4 base, a 172 army versus a 199. Yep. I mean, I would definitely say that Hendrix is doing the correct thing here. And while I have no idea what the fuck's going on, I definitely give him the advantage. Even though he walks into this fucking bullshit Why are you walking into this bullshit?
Well, look at him now. He's losing a little bit of health on these stalkers to fucking broodlings, which are free. They don't cost the Zerg anything.
Yeah, but he comes in here, takes out the 5th base again. He's going to do as much damage as he can, and then he's blinking up, and then he runs away again. And I assume as soon as possible he will mass recall. But he's just holding his guys back as long as he can. Why aren't you saying nothing, ZOF? Zoff?
Didn't Zoff go to bed like 9 hours ago?
Damn.
He's just watching.
That's how you know he really cares, man.
He just wants to see what we're doing. God, now I feel embarrassed for, like, trying to be sassy like I know what's going on. Zoff's still here.
So 10 Broodlords.
Oh, no. Look at these 4 Dark Templar.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
the Dark Shrine, still probably unscouted, and he is prepared for them, though. All the Spore Crawlers, which were put down probably to be anti-air, they have a bonus in that they revealed cloaked units. And
Yeah,
so,
but it don't matter. Queens are dropping like fucking wildfire, and he's in this base, top mid base, and they're just fucking it up. You know?
Yeah, they completely removed it. You're right.
Yeah.
And he can see them, but it's no good when you don't have units there to fight them.
Yeah, and so this queen back here behind the greater spire in the top left, it doesn't mean shit. This
The vortex goes down, but the mothership is going to go down first, I think. No, he does actually get enough corruptors sucked down into it that they go nowhere.
You got to tell me where you're casting, because you're not watching the same screen I am.
I'm watching the engagement.
Yeah, I wasn't watching that because I'm drunk. But
Oh, all right.
But now I see it, and we see some brood lords, and they're all just hanging out at the Zelnaga Tower.
Yeah, and I think like all of this stalker play was really cute because it was just a huge distraction. The stalkers, the Dark Templar. I mean, if they can kill something, that's great. That's a bonus, but that's not what he's intending to do. What he's trying to do with all these stalkers is keep his opponent defending against stalkers, not against the heavily upgraded carriers, of which he has 6. And is he going to make this mothership again? He did lose his mothership, right? Yeah, he did lose the mothership, so he'll have to reproduce that, and that's awfully slow to get out on the field. But in the meantime,
He's got a an army of stalkers moving up the right lane here.
yeah, that 5th base is going to be just lost again. He's going to eat 10 drones. He's going to eat that base, and there's nothing there to fight it.
Yeah, his Dark Templar are there, but they don't even. His stalker army doesn't even have to move in. He's just gonna
Big push from the Zerg coming into the 4th base of the
Holy
Protoss.
shit! This is a surprise, cockfags. Except there's the carriers there, and those carriers are gonna be hell for this army to take care of.
Yeah, there's a few corruptors that are going to get basically free. Oh, I need neural parasites, 2 of them. So a couple of those carriers are actually Zerg units for the time being, doing damage against the other carriers. 30 roaches on +2 weapon damage upgrades are going to do some serious damage to these stalkers. A good fungal growth comes down to keep the stalkers from blinking. They do get out. A lot of those stalkers are on low health, and a GG comes out of the Zerg. He's feeling overwhelmed.
No, but he just says GG, but doesn't quit. Oh, finally, Hendrix leaves. No, Tegralogic leaves. This game goes to Hendrix.
Called
So
it.
the mystery Protoss takes a win.
Holy shit! Now let's look at these tabs for a minute. Oh yeah, Hendrix is definitely ahead in the overview. When you were looking at this, how did you feel about it?
I'm actually advertising our stream right now.
What about you, Zoff?
You guys see me ninja back into this call?
Yeah,
I didn't until I was called an ass for not knowing that you were in it.
So
Nice.
I'm going back
Stay
to
informed.
Dat Ass, cause you guys want to see Dat Ass.
I want to see that ass.
Yeah, Dat Ass is there for you.
All right, well, I guess I'll talk then. So that was a pretty good macro game between both players. Tegralogic, obviously a macro player. I've seen 3 games out of him now. One that I cast earlier today off a replay, and 2 right now that he's played for us live on this stream. He does an excellent job, and he's obviously not someone who has to stick to the same build every single time. So that time we saw him go Broodlords, and Mass Corruptor just didn't manage to hold it with his Roach Ground Army against crazy Mothership Rush that came out at 8 minutes and managed to win a game for Hendrix.
Yeah, definitely. I have no idea. Now, can we get those players back into Skype for some commentary?
Well, we've spoken to them. Did you add Tegralogic? I'll try and message Hendrix to see if he has Skype.
Yeah, Tegralogic is pretty. He's a good player. He just seems to go for the like. He goes for like the mid late game push, if that makes sense. Like
Yep.
where he doesn't take a 5th, so he's not prepared for that like second remax. And he also doesn't like put, random spore spine combinations at his like main hive or at his 4th, or I guess his 5th, which he doesn't go. So I don't know. I think he relies on that mid game push too much instead of the remax following it.
You're right. That's very insightful. He kind of pushes that tier 3 army out as soon as he can, and then kind of anticipates his opponent not being quite ready for it. So yeah, beautifully done by him, but just wasn't enough to hold Hendrix in that case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zoff, how do you feel about going off against Hendrix then, taking the winner out of that game? Would you be interested in playing him?
Yeah, I'd play the game.
Okay. Let's
Okay,
I messaged him about Skype. I didn't get a reply yet.
I don't know who this other guy is, but I added him.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh. Hey.
No, wait. Who are you?
Hendrix.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, you added me and then I added you to this chat. Do we still have everybody here?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. So Hendrix, would you do you have any comments about that game?
Not really. I had a good time. It was pretty fun.
Okay. Do you want to play again against our buddies off here, the Masters Random?
Oh shit, random. If you fix a race, I will.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
choose a race.
Yeah. What do you want to play, Zoff?
Whatever he wants. I just don't want to do a mirror. I
Is
guess
there-
Zerg.
Is there?
Or Terran, really, I guess.
No, so he's a Zerg, so whatever.
He's Protoss. So you want to do another Protoss versus Zerg then, Hendrix?
Yeah, sure.
Are you cool with that?
Okay, let's set it up and get it done then. I'll what map would you like?
No,
let's see, Zoff is-
hey,
He can choose.
I know we're talking about this next game, but I'm really interested right now while I'm still recording about the last game we saw. I want to hear what Tegralogic and Hendrix have to say about the game they just played.
I can say some stuff.
No,
We play a lot. We play a lot together, so we like pretty much metagame to each other every time we play. I knew entirely what he was doing the whole game, but I don't think I've ever beaten that build against him, and I really don't know how yet.
no. What do you have to say against that, Tegra? Like, what's your where did you go wrong?
I guess. I let him turtle too long. I guess if I did super early pressure, around 8 minutes before he gets the mothership out, I don't know. It's I've been trying to figure out how to beat that build for a while. So
Yeah, well,
I think Roach Max with a lot of overseers might work. I was gonna go for that, but my macro is slipping that game for some reason. I was way behind. I don't even know why. I can figure it out.
Well, we saw a lot of overseers come out, and then they kind of all got melted by 38 stalkers, as you would kind of expect to happen.
Yeah.
And then after that, the overseers didn't really make the comeback that we would have thought they might have.
Yeah, he took care of the mothership after that, though. He got the neural on it and killed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mothership was melted, and then we didn't see it come back into play.
No. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough build to beat. I mean, like, I feel like I want to kill it when he's taking his third, but I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay. Well, we got game number 2 set up here. Hendrix versus Zoff. Are we all ready for this?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, so I'm going to cut the cast and I will start it up again right before the game starts.